Do you have a big yard and want to make another $200,000? Well, this video is for you. So if you own a double lot, necessarily you don't get two buildable lots, but you legally have to go through a process and separate these lots out to be able to potentially sell this and make some money. So maybe you own a abnormally large yard that you or could definitely build a home on. Well, you could actually separate that portion of your yard off and sell it to someone who could potentially build on it, or maybe you keep it for yourself for investment purposes and make more money than you could even think. So before even spending $1 on this process to know if you can even do such, you need to look at a few concepts. One is going to be your zoning. What is the property zoned? So when looking up zoning, you're going to actually go and visit the website called Logic, and the zoning that you're going to be looking for are different words like R4, R5, or R6. And if you have one of these three zones, potentially you could actually have yourself an investment property or a buildable lot that you can sell off. Three things that you're going to be looking for is going to be the width of the lot, the square footage, and as well as the setback requirements. And if you have any questions about this, you can actually reach out directly to planning and zoning, and they could tell you these specifically on the location that you're located at. And the price associated with this is going to be nothing, just purely doing your own research. Step 2 is going to be hire a surveyor. You'll need a boundary and a subdivided survey showing existing lines, proposed split, new lot lines, and fourth is going to be the frontage, setbacks, and easements. The surveyor will take care of all this, and it's only going to cost you around $2,000 to $4,000. Of course, flatter, easier buildable lot surfaces are going to be a little bit cheaper. Step number 3 is going to be planning and zoning approval. You must submit a survey to Louisville Metro Planning and Zoning Department and wait for the minor plat subdivided approval, and then sometimes might have to be reviewed by the commission, depending on what you're subdividing out, if it's a little bit maybe more unique. And the fees that are associated with the approval process could be in between $300 to $1,000. Depends on case-by-case situations. Timeline on this could be anywhere from 30 to 90 days. Longer if variances are needed. And what is a variance? This is going to be an exception. So if you do have maybe a smaller lot than usual, you will have to have a variance to make sure it can be accepted. Number 4 is going to be recording that new lot. Once approved, that is going to be then recorded with the city, and then one parcel officially becomes a double lot. The cost for a recording fee is going to be about $100 to $300. Step number 5, which is often more overlooked than all, is going to be the utility setup for the lot. Which when we're looking at your access for the utilities, it depends on where you're actually located. Here in the inner city, you're gonna make sure that you either have a sewer tap, or you're gonna have to associate that fee potentially with you or that new buyer, which can affect the pricing of your lot. So I would tell you my recommendation, if you can add a tap to that lot, it would be more valuable, but you don't have to. If you are looking at potentially not having a sewer tap and maybe you're sitting on more acreage, you are going to have 5 acres minimum here in the Jefferson County location to have a septic tank actually installed on your property. Now, when we're looking outside of Jefferson County, you do only have to have 1 acre when it comes to areas such like Oldham County. And then if you do not live here in the state of Kentucky or in the Louisville location, you can check with your health department. But I will say, typically you will find the water actually on the street in most locations. Now, if you don't have this, it could actually cause for a big price increase for someone like a builder or investor to come in and build the home they need. And the cost for such utilities could range from $2,000 on the lower side, but could be actually more than $15,000 on a case-by-case situation. Like we said, if we don't have that sewer tap, and that sewer tap alone is going to cost you major money. To add that septic tank, that's going to be major money to get added. But it will increase the value of your lot. Septic tanks, though, are typically done by that end user, which will either be that investor, that builder, or that future homeowner. So let's total up our cost for what it could potentially cost you to separate that lot out and make you some money. Zoning check, $0. Survey, $2,000, $4,000. The planning fees, around $300 to $1,200. And recording, $100 to $300. Utilities, this is all going to be on a case-by-case situation, so we can't really calculate that data. but most splits for land usually run between $3,000 and $6,000. So if you had to spend $3,000 to $6,000 to potentially make hundreds of thousands, would you do it? If you want to learn more or potentially have interest in separating your lot out, I have builders that could potentially buy that lot from you. And if you're interested in doing such, contact me, Ethan John Adams with RE/MAX Properties East. See ya.